So the mystery has been solved. The secret dinosaur is Allosaurus. Am I surprised? Nope. Anyways, Allosaurus will technically be the first mid-tier in the Everymo roster because no, Carnotaurus doesn't count. And that comes with a lot of serious discussion on the game's balance moving forward. Now, I think it's important to note that Allo is not going to just pop into the game out of nowhere. We'll probably see Maya, Barry, or Ostro coming along with it, and that's great. I see a Maiasaura especially as its natural enemy, and a good way to balance both playables right off the bat is to simply add them both at the same time. To put it simply, Everyma is in desperate need of larger dinosaurs. The kinds of dinosaurs that make Legacy so popular despite its relatively lackluster gameplay. But before the devs go adding Rex and Trike when the rest of the roster won't even count as a light snack, we need a solid stepping stone. And I believe Allo and Maya are those stepping stones. So let's go over Allo's kit and discuss whether or not it's a good addition to the game. Also, before I do that, you should definitely subscribe. Why? Because at 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to spend 24 hours surviving in the woods in a dinosaur costume. Yes, I'm serious. And of course, I'll make it into a video for all of you to enjoy, so help me get there fast to see it happen. Anyways, enjoy! The first image is a bit of a funny one. If you look closely, you can notice a little homalocephaly sticking its head out from behind a tree. This suggests that Allo can dig up burrows in search of smaller players and AI. Now, this may not be specific to Allo, but it's cool that it can do it anyways. The next image is rather uninteresting at first glance, but I think it could suggest an interesting mechanic with Allo. The potential to hold extra prey and items with your arms could prove quite useful when traveling around the map, or fleeing from a nesting site with someone's child. Now, it's quite apparent that Allo's main gimmick is some sort of grapple ability. We're not quite sure how it'll work yet, but we do have at least a basic idea from the concept art. The first image shows Allo using some kind of speed burst to catch its prey. It may work similarly to the crouch speed boost in Legacy Isle, which many people enjoyed, and would be a good throwback. And I believe it could add some much needed stealth gameplay to Everyma. If Allo is transformed into a high burst, high damage killer with low overall speed, it could successfully fill a niche that's otherwise entirely unoccupied. It would allow Cerrado to keep its crown as a long-distance runner and enduring brawler, while also giving Allo a chance to fairly overpower one if it catches it off guard. I think this is a smart move and a much needed step to ensure that Allo doesn't overshadow Cerrado like it did in Legacy. The grapple itself is a little more obscure, and with the recent release of Omni's pin ability, many people are concerned that Allo will fall into the same trap. But I disagree. I think Allo's attack is meant to slow down a target long enough to fatally injure it, as opposed to completely locking it in place. Let's say an Allo is able to get the jump on this Parasaurolophus. It's heavily outmatched in terms of sheer weight, but with its well-timed grapple attack, it is able to deeply wound the para and hold on just long enough to get a few extra bites and claw marks in before it can escape. This small delay may not seem like much, but bleed is important in the Isle, and Allo has the potential to do a lot of it if given a chance. The para won't think the event is unfair, it should have been paying more attention. But unlike Omni's pin, the para is still fully capable of fighting back and making its next move, carefully mind you. It can either try and run away without bleeding to death, or fight back despite its wounds. Both options are fun and engaging for everyone involved, and I think will lead to a lot of exciting interactions. Of course, Allos will often be in groups, so it will be even more important for players to stay vigilant and prevent one from slowing you down enough to be caught by the rest of the pack. Allo is in my eyes the perfect mid-tier, and a great pick for the first major carnivore in Everyma. It has a great design, a great playstyle, and just enough flaws if done correctly to balance it against the rest of the roster. If it is released properly with a mid-tier herbivore to balance it out, I think Allo's addition could be a strong step towards that amazing survival experience we all want. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day, bro.